So, prayerfully, this is good light. I just really have to tell y'all this because I just made a discovery. So, I was thinking about, I don't know how I got here, but let me just tell you what I've learned. That in life, like, I've never really felt like this, but it's something like I think about once in a while, that, the things we go through in life are like to teach us lessons. And sometimes we have to go through these things that feel uncomfortable to learn this lesson. But I got to thinking, there is a way to avoid these lessons learned in struggle and pain. Let me tell you how. It's called listening to your intuition. Because when you listen to your intuition, she tells you, he tells you, they tell you immediately. Like immediately. And I was thinking about this in terms of people, but this can go in terms of people, places, jobs, anything. Your intuition tells you immediately. You feel it. Your intuition is your feelings. Like, how do you feel in this moment? And you can check on your intuition anywhere you are by saying, how do I feel in this moment? So I was standing here and I was contemplating hanging out with two different friends, right? And I have this one friend, and I recently met this person, but as soon as they asked me, do I want to hang out? I was like, I don't know. And it was like, that face told me enough. Like, I thought about it for like 2 minutes, and then I remembered that was my first instinct, was to make that face. A grimace is telling you something is not right? Body's not feeling right. This is feeling maybe a sketch, right? Because there was another friend I was considering hanging out with, and when I thought of that person, I was like, I'm excited, smiling, my body felt good. I felt calm, everything. Those nerves was telling me this is not it. That choice, that friend is not, and not to say that's a bad person, but right now in this moment, our energies and spirits do not resonate. And my intuition just told me that. Thank you, girl. Lesson avoided. Lesson in pain avoided. Lesson in love learned. The lesson in love is to choose things that make you feel good. You always know the right decision. You don't have to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, should I do a lot? Or say, I don't know what to, you know what to do. You know what to do. If you don't, sit in that thing, sit down and say to yourself, think of a scenario. If I go out with this person, if I move to this place, if I do such and such, how do I feel? And the first emotional response you have, that's how you know. Like, if you think about moving to somewhere and like your brows go down and you feel a little bit disappointed, not the place. Start moving with how you feel, and you're going to get a lot further than going by what you feel you should. Okay? I can't believe that was only 3 minutes. So seriously, I learned that lesson, and I just had to tell y'all, the way to avoid lessons in pain is by listening to your intuition, so you can learn the lesson in love, to trust yourself and know that you hold all of the answers within you. You too are God. God made you. The particles that made up God are the same particles that make you up. So think about that and allow that to resonate with you, and telling you that you really do have all the answers within you. Don't ever think that you don't. Like, don't question yourself when you feel something, when you hear something, when you believe something. Like, if that's true to you, let that be true to you, and don't have to explain that to anybody, even yourself. Like, you don't have to explain things to yourself. Trust yourself. Like, you really got this. Like, you really do got this, and you can learn lessons in love and still progress far in life. It's just like those people who you meet and they grew up with loving, kind parents who always told them they loved them, who weren't like abusive or rude or absent, and they still turn out to be kind, loving, successful people in this life. Why? Because we don't all have to learn our lessons in love. And I'm not saying this to say you can choose one or the other, because you don't choose your parents, but that's just an example showing you that you can learn lessons in love and still progress in this life. They don't always have to be lessons in pain and say, oh, I had to go through that to learn this. No, you had to go through that because you chose that. You know, if you ask for a certain thing, God and the universe is going to lay out every single option, and it's your choice to choose. Like, if you say, I want a pizza that has mushroom, green onion, and pepperoni, and you say that's the pizza I want, there is